So part of the reverse marketing method is really understanding the type of messages that will resonate with your audience. And what I'm going to show you now is the difference between 2% and 20% conversion rates. So let's look at what do we disregard as noise. Junk mail. When we get junk mail, most people just throw it out. If we get brochures, we know that clearly someone's trying to sell us something. If we get image-heavy email, we know that it's a promotional email and we pay obviously a lot less attention to that type of email than, say, an email from a friend. A newspaper ad, again, it's advertising, we move on. TV ads, again, it's all advertising, it's noise. Whereas what does get our attention? Well, what if someone writes you a personal letter? When was the last time someone wrote you a personal letter? If you've got a handwritten letter, you're going to pay attention to that. A text message, we seem to reply to text messages. A Facebook message, again. WhatsApp messages, all the instant messages, we reply to those type of things. Even Slack is a new enterprise tool that has direct messages. Personal email, same type of idea. Let's catch up for coffee. We reply to those catch up for coffee emails way before we look at our image-heavy promotional emails. So if we summarize this, ads are those type of things. And whereas if we look at our friends that actually get our attention, personal letters, texting, personal emails. So the difference here is that ads are one way. We're being talked at, it's impersonal, and as a result, we get a pretty poor response. Whereas if we look at the things that have an impact, they are the two-way conversations. It's not a one-way being talked at, it's a two-way conversation. It's personal, and these are the type of things where your friend didn't reply, what type of person is that? So this is how the 9-word email comes into play. The 9-word email is, if we look at this grid, it's very much over here, looking at this conversational approach to email, conversational approach to marketing. So with the way it started, Dean Jackson was the founder of the 9-word email, and he used it in real estate. And he used the subject line, which was the person's name, ... and it was very simple. It was, are you still looking for a house in Arizona? Very simple, one line, here to help, not pushing anything, not sending 100 lines, not sending any images, just there to see if you can help to re-engage someone who was once looking, but some time has passed and it's unclear if they're still looking. Recruitment, another good example of this. The subject line was available. Are you still looking for a new job opportunity? Again, get lots and lots of replies because it's directly pointing to a problem which they used to have, they've sort of ignored. Do they still have it? What about in your industry? Are you still looking for a, insert what makes sense to your business? I'll show you how this has worked with seminars, just a bit of a variation. So we had an email marketing workshop, very simple, no fancy subject line, just email marketing workshop. Hi Richard, I'm running an email workshop hosted by the Zone in a couple of weeks. Would you like to join us? I'm not giving 100 benefits as to why they should come. I'm being respectful. I'm saying, would this be of interest? Then if it is, sure, they can ask questions and we'll give it. If they're not, I don't want to clog up their inbox, send them all this nonsense. So it's very simple. So I'm not sending all of this stuff, which I could, all the different benefits. I'm not including that. So these are the responses we get. Sounds interesting. What's the content? Can you tell me a little bit about costs in the workshop? Where's it being held? Getting a response. Where's more questions? So the whole point is that the reason why this is going to work so well is because we are beginning a conversation, and it's that whole idea of commitment and consistency, which is that if someone makes a commitment, they will tend to be consistent with that commitment. They will tend to reply to the reply. So you've replied to that. It's kind of makes it hard for them to not reply. So that's why this tends to work. Now, the other thing also is even if they don't reply, even if they don't reply to this original email, you have now segmented your list and you have got a sub-list of people who are interested in workshops. So even if they don't, come to this workshop, they are hot prospects for your next workshop. Now, another reason why this works so well is if you look at branding and if you look specifically at competitions people have on Facebook, they will often have a competition which says, here's why I love, write in, why do you love this brand in 20 words or less? And the reason why these work so well is because what it does is it gets people attached to a brand. You're saying, you know what, I love this resort. It was blah, 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 blah. So the next time I'm thinking about a resort, I'm going to have to be consistent with the commitment I made in this Facebook competition. It's a very subtle thing, but it works very, very well. So it's this idea of commitment and consistency. The other thing is the WhatsApp effect. If you think about how Facebook purchased WhatsApp for over $19 billion, instant messaging is really moving up, and people are using it. And so when we write emails, we need to think about the fact that there's WhatsApp, there's text message, there's now Slack and direct messaging, there's Twitter. People are used to a very short format of communication. So to ignore that in our marketing is a massive mistake. To send one-way promotional emails with lots of images is a massive mistake. We want to be having these conversations. So the shift is from old media, from broadcasting on TV, on radio, and email in 1996 to the new media, which is all about conversations, texting, Facebook comments. People are putting short comments to Facebook posts, and email replies.